Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurvanmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminditi Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you. It's a weekday, still you all have taken your time to come early today. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, who is this?
Hari.
What's your name?
Hari.
Hari, yeah? Good. You can go try. Hey, take.
You ordered.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So here at Columbus, you all are coming up with a new project, 55 acres of land. A beautiful new temple is going to come. This community has been growing over the years, and when Lord is very pleased with the attitude of the community, then Lord decides to manifest, and He provides better facility for you to serve, even more than before. My spiritual master used to say, if you fill up the temple hall, then Lord will give you a bigger hall. If you fill up that hall, then He will give you a bigger temple, He would say. So you are all getting a very big facility now. This is one place where I have heard how you can have simultaneously both temple and farm together in one place, which is a very rare thing. Generally, the farm communities are far away from the city temples, and we have to arrange to commute 1 or 2 hours distance. But here you are going to have both facilities. You can have retreat also in the same campus. So Naveen Krishnapur last time told me about it, and currently you are all raising funds. So because you are at this threshold of coming up with the temple, I thought I will share something interesting in that direction. When His Holiness Raghunath Maharaj came to Pune, before the new temple came up, he gave a very profound lecture. In that lecture, Maharaj was telling, the temple is not made of bricks and stones. The temple is made of devotees. And then he said, what makes the temple a magnetic place to attract more and more people to become sincere and serious devotees is the Prita Lakshanam between the members of the community. Dadati pratigrinati guhyamakhyati prichati bhungte bhojete cheva shadvidam Prita Lakshanam. So, that is actually the juice in a community. When people see that individually everybody is performing very sincere and serious sadhana of chanting the holy name and hearing the holy fame. Chanting japa very carefully, attentively, and hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam promptly daily. Anyone who is doing this and doing the morning aratis, so they will become very serious about going back to Godhead. And individually, that is how we increase our bhakti shakti. Our bhakti shakti is increased by performing bhaktimaya activities under the internal potency. Srimati Radharani. What is the meaning of being under the shelter of Radharani or being under the shelter of Durgadevi? In this world, all the living beings are kept under the shelter of Durgadevi. And Durgadevi has a Trishul. You all know what is Trishul, right? The trident. What does trident represent? Threefold miseries. Miseries from body and mind, miseries from other living entities, miseries from the devatas and natural calamities. So that is this material existence. Being under the shelter of Durgadevi means, engaging in activities within the fold of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Tamaguna, Rajaguna, Sattva-guna. That means we are under the shelter of Durgadevi. And being under the shelter of Srimati Radharani or Antaranga Shakti means performing devotional activities like rising early in the morning, attending the aratis, chanting the holy name, and attending the Srimad Bhagavatam class, and associating with devotees and rendering indoor and outdoor services like deity worship, making jewelry for the deities, cooking for the deities, making garlands for the deities, or going out and distributing Prabhupada's books, or distributing prasadam, preaching, Bhakti Vriksha and all the cultivating people. In this way, all these are coming under the Antaranga Shakti, like the 64 principles given by Srila Rupa Goswami. So, every one of us have a choice from the time we rise early in the morning up to the time we go to sleep at night, what activities we want to choose to do in the day, by which we can put ourselves under Radharani's shelter or Durga's shelter. What is the difference between the two? Srimati Radharani, you will see in our Pune, we have Radharani's one hand, she is having a garland. You will see here in my computer, isn't it? One hand she has a garland to be given to Krishna. Another hand she has a bouquet to welcome you back to spiritual world. When you go for any meeting, they give you a bouquet, right? Bouquet is for welcoming the jivas back home, back to Godhead. And the flower garland is for whom? For offering to Krishna, isn't it? On the other hand, in Durga's hand, there is no flower bouquet, she has a Trishul. Imagine you go for some meeting, they show a Trishul on your face. What is the meaning of that? Durgadevi is telling, Bhagavad Dham Lord Chalo. Quit this material world and go back home, back to Godhead. So in the material world, we don't have welcome. We are asked to quit. That's why Durga is showing a Trishul. On the other hand, in spiritual world, there is a grand welcome for us. She is telling, here is a bouquet, please come. So Radharani is like Jagatera Mata, he says. There is a famous verse, Ishanam Jagatosya Venkatapater Vishnu Param Preyasim Tat Bhakshastal Nityavasa Rasikam Takshanti Samvardhinim Padmalankrita Pallavayugam Padmasanastam Shriyam Vatsalyadi Gunojvalam Bhagavatim Vande Jagan Mataram. See, Vande Jagan Mataram, she is called as the Lakshmi or Sita or Radharani, they are called as the Jagan Mata. Vatsalyadi Guna. So she has a Vatsalya for all of us. she feels a motherly affection towards the jivas. And she has a devotional attraction for Krishna. So therefore she is always rendering seva to Lord, and she wants to get the jivas back to Godhead. That is her interest. So when all the members of a community become conducted by internal potency, they become like a iron rod put in fire. They become fiery and they become spiritualized. So the more we become spiritualized, to that degree, all the unwanted qualities will get washed away, and sublime qualities will predominate our personality. So let us see from this Gundicha Mandir marjan. Today we will learn some lessons from this today. Pratame Kashi Mishre Prabhu Bolaila Padicha Patra Sarva Bhaume Bolaya Nila. So Mahaprabhu, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, called Kashi Mishra and also the superintendent of the temple, and then Sarvam Bhattacharya. He called these three people and he spoke to them one day. Tina jana pashe Prabhu hasiya kahila Gundicha Mandira marjana seva maginila. So in front of those three people, Sarvam Bhattacharya, Kashi Mishra and the superintendent of the temple, Padicapatra, in front of three of the Mahaprabhu told them, he begged them, do I have your permission to wash the Gundicha temple? Like that Mahaprabhu asked them. So when he sought the permission from them, this is Gundicha temple. This Gundicha temple is compared to Vrindavan, and the other temple where Lord Jagannath resides, that is called as, that is Nilachal, this is Sundarachal. Sundarachal is Vrindavan, and that is Nilachal is like Vaikuntha, where Lakshmi serves Narayana, like that. So from there, Lord is going to come in the Rath Yatra procession to this temple. So therefore Mahaprabhu wanted to make it ready. Padicha kahe ami sab sevaka tumhara, ye tumhara ichha se kartavya hamara. The superintendent of the temple, they are all like the trustees, correct, no? So when Mahaprabhu requested for seva, can I clean the Gundicha temple? Do I have your permission? He asked. They said, Ami sab sevaka tumhar, we all are your servants, my lord. Ye tumhare ichha se ye kartavya hamar. Whatever you will order us, we will fulfill your orders. How are we to permit you? You are Supreme Lord, you are supremely independent. Like that they said. See here, out of the two sides, which side is humble? Mahaprabhu's side or the superintendent's side? Both are humble. You can see that. So this is the right mood in which Krishna manifests. Wherever amongst devotees this type of Trinada Pishunichana dealings starts, Krishna becomes very pleased with that attitude. Immediately manifests in that place. Just like he says, Yatra gayanti mad bhakta, tatra tisthami narada, aham vasami vaikunthe yoginam hridayeshuva. He says, people generally search for my address at Vaikuntha, or they think I am residing in the heart of yogis. That is true, I reside there, but those are not my important places. The most important place, you can be fully confident that I will be present, is the place where devotees come together and they perform the Sankirtana. When they perform the Kirtan, like just now Narahari was singing so beautiful, Narahari Prabhu. It was coming from the depth of his heart, such an intense Kirtan. So Lord says, when devotees jointly perform Sankirtan of my holy names, I am immediately present there, Lord says. Similarly, that is about Kirtan. In the same manner, attitude of the devotees. Here Mahaprabhu is sannyasi, is a Yatisreshta, is Dvijasreshta, and he is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So everybody worships him practically, but he is taking a humble role of seeking permission. That means when we come to the temple, we respect the temple leaders that they are taking a very great responsibility of running a big project, which is not very easy. One brahmachari in Pune told me, Prabhu, I have only one small locker Once in a week he does this maha cleaning of his locker. He says it becomes so difficult for him to manage one locker. I don't know how these managers manage the whole temple. He was telling. Because the temple community consists of all types of people. There are people who are new, there are people who are old, some are initiated, some are second initiated, different people have different services. One should approach the temple leaders in a humble mood. And temple leaders also should be eager to offer opportunity for the people to render service. Because that way, both should think that this temple belongs to Krishna. Vrindavan network, correct, no? Radha Vrindavan network, it belongs to them. So, in one of the temple, they were installing deities, in one temple. They were saying, all the leaders, we are going to read out the names. Please come to the stage and you have to offer Abhishek to the deity. And other people, nobody else should come to stage, only leaders are allowed, they were saying. But many were trying to sneak in because they wanted to do Abhishek, correct? So they were calling, out of 40 names, they called 39 names. So one name got missed out. And that leader was sitting in the public. But he was silently sitting, let me see whether they call my name or not. And the leader said, if anybody's name is missed out, any leader, please come. We tried to make our list as far as possible. In case your name is missed out, don't worry, please still come. The leader didn't turn up. Then, next week when there was a meeting, that leader raised a protest that he was not called for Abhishek or whatever. They said, Prabhu, anybody who is missed out was also called. They said, but how can they put others' names and my name? Am I an insignificant person? So this is called as bringing the false ego, correct, no? So one should not bring in false ego. If you bring in false ego, the service will become polluted. There was one Mataji who went to her spiritual master and cried and said, Maharaj, that senior Mataji is not letting me cook. I want to cook for you, she is not letting me. And then Maharaj said, see, that senior lady is cooking last 15 years whenever I come to your temple. She knows well. So you assist her and then learn from her, then after 1 or 2 years she will give you the chance. And this Mataji said, no, Maharaj, I directly want to cook for you. I am asking her to quit the kitchen, she is not quitting. So Maharaj said, oh, that is why she is not quitting, your attitude is not good. So, you don't know how to cook and you want to cook by taking the whole charge in your hands. In this world, everybody wants a charge, to be in charge. So there is a kind of competition in this world. Sometimes for singing also, in the morning Mangalarati, sometimes somebody wants to sing. One boy was very eager to sing in the morning. So, but somebody else's name was put in the morning. So then I asked, what delight do you get in singing into the mic? Anyway, behind also you can sing. He said, but there's some special rasa in singing into mic. That is called as leading. Correct? See, if everybody wants to lead, there can be competition. Correct or not in this world? So that is where there is tussles within a community. So we want to lead or we want to follow. See, if you want to be a follower, is there competition? You go to kitchen and say, can you please allow me to cut some sabji? They will say, welcome, we are looking for somebody to cut sabji. Isn't it? Or you go to the Sankirtan department and say, sir, can I distribute some books? They will say, Prabhu, whenever we will deliver books to your house, tell us how many books you want. You can distribute books. But if you go and say, can I give Bhagavatam class? They will say, wait a minute, who are you? For leading service, they will ask you, who are you, correct? But for all other simple services, you will get easy opportunity. So people want simple services or people want to lead in this world. And that's the reason that competition. Here you will see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu want to clean the Gundicha temple. He can say, I am Lord Krishna who has come in the form of Lord Chaitanya in the mood of Srimati Radharani. And I am going to prepare the Gundicha temple for my Lord to come. Who is he to ask me? I don't need permission from anybody. That is not his mood. He is asking, you are all in charge of the temple, so please give me an opportunity to clean the temple. Like that he is asking. So it's very amazing mood of Lord Chaitanya. And they are also reciprocating with his humble mood. Padicha kahe ami saba sevaka tomar. Padicha kahe ami saba sevaka tomar. Ye tumhara ichha se hi kartavya hamar. Ye tumhara ichha se hi kartavya hamar. विशेष राजा राज्ञा है अच्छे हमारे, प्रभु राज्ञा यही से ही शीघ्र करिवारे. So they said the king has given a special order for us to do whatever you order us. King has told us to fulfill it. Three of them said that. Who is the king? Pratapadra. That is another place. Pratapadra's attitude is very amazing. He is telling his servant, these three people, you know what he told them? When the Bengali Vaishnavas arrive here to Puri, he said, arrange for Swachanda Prasad, Swachanda Vas, he says. Arrange prasadam as per their need, because North India, they generally eat roti and sabji. And Bengalis want rice. They don't like roti. So according to their taste, you should arrange this menu, he told them. And Swachanda Vas means some of them may want to stay near Gambira. Some of them want to stay near the temple. Depending on where they want to stay, Swachanda Vas. As per the desire, you should arrange accommodation. Like how many of you, when you go for yatra, you want accommodation close to the pandal? Any of you? You like accommodation close to pandal? Yeah? How many of you want little far away so there will be no noise? Anybody? Nobody here? Especially those having small babies, correct? No? So according to the need of the attendee of the yatra, if the organizers arrange accommodation, they will get a lot of blessings, correct? Some organizers say, no, we already fixed your place, wherever you are allotted, stay there, don't ask for any change, okay? So we should not only fulfill our duty fulfillment should be done in a way by which Vaishnavas will be pleased also. So our duty should be done with an effort to please Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. That's the duty of everybody. So later on, Pratapadra told them, whatever Lord Chaitanya desires, you fulfill it, he said. Then he went a little distance, came back and said, no, Ingita Bhujiya. He said, whatever Mahaprabhu may even think in his mind to tell you, that also you fulfill, he said. Sometimes people hesitate to request, correct, no? Like, after serving prasad, some people feel like having one more gulab jamun, correct, no? But they are asking, is everything over? Prasad is over? Then you ask, one more gulab jamun? Say, yes, they will say, correct, no? They feel hesitant to ask sometimes. So he thought Mahaprabhu may be hesitant to say something. So understanding his mind, you should fulfill it. Like that Pratapadra said. Tomara yogya seva nahi mandir marjana. Ek leela karaye, ye tumhara mana. My dear Lord, this temple, washing this temple is not your service. We have thousands of servants to do that. This is not befitting you. You are our Master and Lord. You should order us what we should do and we will do under you. But if you wish to perform a Leela, then you can perform. It is up to you, if it is your desire. You see, actually when you are in a very high position, you don't have to do certain things, but if you do, it will touch the heart of people. I'll just show you. So, he's a prime minister of a country. Why should he do these simple activities? Huh? Like serving prasad or rolling chapati or cooking or something like that. Such big people doing such activities, it sends a very powerful signal that, you can be in any big position, but unless you are ready to do menial services, you cannot touch the Lord's heart. So this touches even Lord's heart and also touches the heart of the common people also. Similarly, recently we had this Mahakumbha Mela and also this later on Jagannath Puri, we had the festival also. In both the times, one great personality, Adani, he sponsored Prasad. See, first Mahakumbha, he just sponsored Prasad. But the next time he came to Jagannath Puri, in that, Gaurangpur and all other team members took him to the kitchen and showed everything. So he also was stirring, helping in cooking, and he was serving personally. And that touched the heart of many rich people, because he's a very big multi-billionaire. So when a big billionaire is doing menial activities, he doesn't have to do, nor is he paid for it, correct now? He is not an employee, he is not a cook or somebody. But why is he doing that? Because he goes on to teach the world that Lord is a very great person. And one should render seva to the Lord, correct now? So, Prataprudra also swept the floor in front of Jagannath's cart. And that is called Tuchya Seva, menial service, which really touched the heart of Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya looked at him, immediately decided to give him mercy. In the same manner, here you find, Lord doesn't have to cleanse the temple. Lord is actually supreme enjoyer, Bhoktaram, Tapasam. But he is becoming a devotee to teach you and me that how wonderful it is to be a devotee. Even Lord wants to taste the joy of a devotee by doing menial services. So, when we come to the temple, we should forget our upadhis, our designations. Here is Prime Minister of India, I showed you. He has forgotten his upadhi as a Prime Minister. One time somebody asked him that, what goes on in your mind about your post? He said, I see my post as an opportunity to serve the people of this nation. Otherwise, I don't feel anything special about this, he said. Similarly, whatever service is given to us, we should do without too much bothering about our material identification in the society. Somebody may be highly educated, somebody may be a very big fan following one may have. One should be very utterly simple. Mahaprabhu is himself teaching. That's why they are saying that, my dear Lord, washing the temple is not service befitting you. Nonetheless, if you wish to do so, it's to be accepted as one of your pastimes. It's your leela. Kintu gata samarjani bahuta chahiye. Agya deha aji sabai hani diye. Order us, tell us how many water pots and brooms you need. I can immediately come and supply you. Like that the Padicha, the superintendent said. So, as soon as that superintendent understood the desire of the Lord, he delivered how many? 100 new water pots and 100 brooms for sweeping the temple. The next day morning, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up and took bath, and then he took his personal associates with him, and then it is said with his own hand he smeared the chandan on the forehead of the devotees personally. Aradine prabhate laya nija gana Sri haste savarange lepila chandana Sri haste dila savare ek marjani Savagana laya prabhu chalila apani. Every devotee got a broom in their hands. Mahaprabhu gave it, and then he also took a broom in his own hand, and then he led all of them like an engine leading the bogies in a train. He led in the front and they followed him, and they all went with the broomstick. They go and sweep the Gundicha temple. From this, what we learn, like in a temple, sometimes we do this maha cleaning. The cleaning department head comes and says, all of you, Prabhus, Mataji's come, we are going to clean the whole temple. And then he tells everybody, announces, and he is missing. Then what will happen? Engine is not there, how will the bogies go ahead? So one has to set a example oneself. So Mahaprabhu himself is taking a broomstick and going ahead and telling everybody, follow me. That's one thing we can understand. Another thing, the service that we do, this is not like the work in the outside world. It's a divine service. Like in the outside world, you all go to company, you didn't fall in love with the boss, so you are serving the company. Company pays you salary. When salary stops, service stops. Whereas this service, what you do for the Lord, this is done without any payment. It is done for the pleasure of Guru, Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. And nothing in return we expect except that their blessings come upon us, their mercy come on us. So it's a divine type of service. That's why he applied chandan on their forehead, because he treated every devotee with respect by offering them chandan on their foreheads, and then himself taking a broom, and he gave them a broom. There is one verse, 3:15-21. You can read that at your leisure. Shri Rupini Kvanayati Charana Arvindam Leelambujena Harisad Manimukta Dosha Samlakshati Sfatika Kudde Upeta Himni Sammarjati Vayadanu Grahanin Nayatnaha. This verse says, in the spiritual world, goddess of fortune Lakshmi, she is wearing a very costly saree, many golden bangles and nose ring and earring. She has a mukut. She has a nupur in her feet. It's making sound. Kvanayati. Charana Aravindam. Her lotus feet, when it is walking, it's making that kind of sound. And not that she looks like a rich girl, she is the source of all riches. Correct, no? She is Lakshmi herself. She gives riches to all the worlds. So, in one hand she is twirling a lotus, like this. In the other hand, there is a broomstick, it is said. Now, it's a very great contradiction, because how can she have a lotus in one hand? She is a rich woman, naturally is playing with a lotus. But why should she carry a broomstick? Because generally rich women in India, we have seen they have one servant maid for washing clothes, one for washing pots, isn't it? They can afford to have a dozen servant maids, isn't it? Why is she doing? It is said she is doing it to see a smile on the face of Vishnu. So, although the floor of Vaikuntha is like mirror, shining, even she is rendering seva. Which means, from top to bottom, everybody should be eager for rendering service, because when Lakshmi is doing service, King Pratapadra is doing service, Lord Chaitanya is doing service. So, nobody should consider any service to be, insignificant. In Pune, there is one college, VIT college, there is a director of the college, one wonderful devotee, Rasa Vigraha Prabhu. So he is a very big counselor, he has got 60-70 families under him. So Sunday he has been coming and washing the juta plates, the eaten plates by the devotees. He will roll up his sleeves and he would personally wash, and all his counsellors would wash. Now somebody was shocked to know that he is a director of a college. Director of a college, you can know what a big position it is. But he does the menial service. So naturally, the Lord's attention immediately comes on such people who are eager for seva. Gundicha Mandir gela karite marjana. Pratame marjanilaya karila shodhana. First you should not throw the water. First what you should do? Remove the dust first. So first they started sweeping first. So Mahaprabhu and all other devotees, they all started sweeping. So inside, outside, everybody. First Mahaprabhu told them, clean the ceiling first. They cleansed the ceiling. There is a long stick with a bushy broom, you have seen that? They cleansed it. Then the walls, then the ground, he said. Why? If you clean the ground first and then do, what will happen? Everything will fall. So krame, that will come later. According to krama, one should do. One should first finish the top and then the wall and then the floor and then throw all the dust out. That's what they did. Yeah. So all the buildings, big and small, they cleansed and swept all the area. And in this way, how many devotees engaged? Hundreds of devotees are engaged in cleansing all around the Gundicha temple. Mahaprabhu was personally carrying out the operation to instruct others. He was also doing and he was watching others. Apane Shodhena Prabhu, Shikana Sabare. He was personally instructing them what to do. So there are 22 lessons. Some of the lessons we are going to see today. From this, you will see here. First is Premollase Shodhena Layana Krishna Nam Bhakta Gana Krishna Kahe Kare Nija Kam. See how we should do the service. Premollase Shodhena. One should be enthusiastic in doing the service. One should not do grudging devotional service. Sometimes devotees say, Prabhu, try this dozen devotees. When no one else is available, at last you come to me. Some people say like that. So, at last if you go to the devotee, he will say, oh, you couldn't get anybody. Okay, I will do it. Okay. But one should be enthusiastic. Just as we are enthusiastic to eat a festival prasad. Like that we should be enthusiastic for rendering service also. Escaping service means escaping mercy. Some people think, I will slip out. Actually, by slipping out, we lose the mercy. So, one should do it very enthusiastically. Sometimes a person has already done his weekly service and then one more service comes up. So, he may say, Prabhu, my quota is over. Today, I am not in the schedule. Somebody says like that. Yes, you are not in schedule, but there are no other devotees sick or something. Can you please do it? We ask. So, one should be enthusiastic because Lord is in our heart and is watching with what enthusiasm we are rendering service. Lord will be watching it. Are we grudging, grumbling, or we are doing happily? Yeah. Not only that, Layana Krishna Nam. In our Pune, in our kitchen, there is one boy who serves in the kitchen. While making this chapati rolling, all the while he will be singing beautifully. Sometimes an hour or two also. Very blessed devotee. Because that it just comes from the heart. Nobody told him to sing, but every day he would be singing. But as a kind of routine, we have seen in some temples, like I have seen in Bombay also, Mataji will be sitting in one circle and cutting sabji, and one Mataji will be leading singing. Others will also sing behind. Similarly, Prabhujis are sitting in one circle and they are rolling some chapatis, and one leader is singing, others will be singing also. That's how I've seen in the early days. But gradually, sometimes the singing was not there. Only the service was going on because a lot of noise would come while cutting sabji. Cut, noise would come. But then, in the same manner, we had this garland making also. They would be singing. But sometimes garland making goes on for 6 hours also. 5 hours, 6 hours also. They can't sing all the while. Then we put on a lecture to go on. Correct? No? Sometimes the lecture is not put on. Then people start talking amongst one another. And that is where the quarrel starts. You said this, no, I didn't say that, you misunderstood me and this and that. But once lecture is going on, there is no possibility of misunderstanding. Prabhupada says, as long as you are sitting in Bhagavatam class, till that time you are liberated, Prabhupada says. As soon as the class stops, then we come to a conditioned stage. So, two things are said. Perform services enthusiastically, and while performing service, all the while chant the holy name. If you cannot chant the holy name, you can put the holy name in the background, singing. Some people put on a kirtan. I have seen some people cooking in their homes, they put on a kirtan and they, sing. That's also perfect. Bhakta Gana, Krishna ka hai, kare nija kaam. The bhaktas were all chanting the holy name while doing their respective duties. धूलि दूसर तनु देखिते शोभना कहाँ कहाँ सुजले करे समर्जना. See, dhuli dosara tanu. Mahaprabhu's body was decorated with the dhuli, means dust while sleeping. Correct? Now, when you are sleeping, the dust cloud rises, it settles in your body. That is why Krishna is called as Panduranga. Panduranga means white. Why Krishna looks white? Because when the dust cloud of the hooves of the cows is raised, that settles on Krishna's face, so he is called as Panduranga, isn't it? And Dekite Shobana, he says. It was appearing very attractive, transcendently beautiful. Why so? Because, you see, when Mother Yashoda was trying to bind Krishna, at that time, Krishna looked at Mother Yashoda. There's one verse which says, Somatuspinagatraya vistrasta kabarasraja drishtva parishramam Krishna kripayasit swabandhane. There are 4 reasons said why Krishna agreed to get bound. One is, when Yashoda was binding him from morning to evening, she couldn't bind him. Generally, when you cannot do an activity, what happens to us? Either we become angry or we become depressed. We become depressed in Tamaguna. We become angry in Rajaguna. Whereas, Yashoda was all the while smiling. It is said, I'll tell you the previous verse, I'll tell you. Gopinam susmayantinam smayantim vismita abhavat, it is said. All the gopis were smiling at Yashoda and said, your Kana is not going to be bound today. It is not written in his fate, it seems. Better go to kitchen and do your work, Yashoda, don't waste time, they were saying. So they were smiling and she was also smiling, it is said, while trying to bind Krishna. So if you have this attitude while making any effort, Lord becomes pleased with you. You are not angry, you are not depressed. Even when things don't go your way, be curious, be in a state of wonderment and do the service in a cheerful mood. Okay? That's first one. Second one, Swamatu. He says, Swamatu means Yashoda considered Krishna her own son. With great affection, she treated him. So when we should perform services with great affection for the deities, affection for the Lord. Like in London, there is one Mataji who makes, my Guru Maharaj was telling, she makes this round cake. In that, sometimes she puts peacock feather. She makes it. Sometimes she makes a flute. But after the offering is over for Radha Londoneshwar, when it comes out, most devotees, you give them the cake in the hand, immediately put in the mouth. Nobody sees those designs. But my Guru Maharaj was telling that one personality has seen that design. He said, who is it? Krishna. Krishna will notice it because paying attention to details is a sign of love. So he was telling that. So in this way, Yashoda very lovingly was trying to bind him. Secondly. Third, it is said, Visrasta Kabara Saja means, like sometimes you all have experience of this. You do your work by forgetting the lunch box and throwing away your watch, we say, no? You have experience of that? Sometimes you are supposed to take lunch at 1. You were so busy in work, you looked at the clock, it became 5. Hey, I forgot to take my lunch, you say. Like the Yashoda was binding, she forgot all her other work. And fourthly, it is said there were perspiration drops on her face and cheeks. So when Krishna looked at his mother, her hair was disheveled, perspiration drops were there, and she was anxious to bind him. Krishna felt pity for his mother and agreed to get swabandhane, means he agreed to get bound himself only. Otherwise nobody can bind him. Similarly here also dhuli dusra, it is said. There were dust particles on Mahaprabhu's face and body. It was very attractive. Not only that, kaha ashujya lekare samajana. While, cleaning this Gundicha temple, not only they threw water and cleansed it, Mahaprabhu, you see, is especially cleaning the Simhasan, you see, where Jagannath is going to sit. If tears are falling from his eyes, those are tears of love. That means he wholeheartedly engaged in that service, not for the sake of duty. Sometimes we do Maha cleaning. Maha cleaning, those who are doing Maha cleaning, sometimes they give a pose with the jadu. Please take a photo quickly. They pose for the photo and they go away. Is it a posing? Or I am washing pots, or I am serving, or I am posing with the jadu. Krishna knows, he is in our heart. He knows who is posing and who is serving. Correct now? Those who are actually serving, they don't even know that photo is being taken. Correct now? So, putting our heart means shedding tears of love, you see. And then, here it said, first you see, the Bhoga Mandir was cleansed, then the yard was cleansed, the residential quarters, one after another, systematically. That means no place should be missed out. It was done like that. That means thorough job should be done. In any service we do, the job should be systematically done without missing out any important place. And then he is saying, see how Mahaprabhu collected the dust. Trinadoli jhinkura sava yakatra kariya. Bahirvase laya felaya bahira kariya. So Mahaprabhu collected all the dust in his own upper garment, which is like the Angavastra. And then he threw it. Looking at him doing this, all the other Vaishnavas also did the same thing. They took their Angavastra and collected all the dust and put it. Now what is the meaning of this? You see, your Angavastra is your own cloth. You may think, why to make it dusty? Correct, no? One may not do that. Like once His Grace Krishna Chandra Prabhu was in Belgaum with the 3-4 of his colleagues, and they were all in coat suit, boot tie and everything. He's Mafatlal Fabrics owner. When his Ranath Maharaj was coming, he got out of the car and was walking on the opposite side in Belgaum. So he saw, and there was a program in Belgaum temple. As soon as he saw him, immediately, dadal, he fell on the ground. So all the other colleagues were like shocked. They thought, hey, your coat will get dirty on the ground, dust will catch your dirt. But he didn't mind it because he's seeing his spiritual master, and then he forgot the externals, correct now? So in the same manner, when we offer service with love, like a mother, you can see if a child comes running to the mother and the child fell to the ground, mother will take her own sari and cleanse the body of the body of the child without minding her own new sari or something. Like that, Mahaprabhu taking the rest and taking on the Angavastra is like that. Is putting heart and serving. Others also followed that. Hey mata bhakta gana kare nija vase Trina duli bahire felaya paramaharishe. So they all in great jubilation, they all picked up the dust and they threw it outside and came. They went out far away and threw and came, because if you put it just outside, it will come flying inside again. So they all followed what Mahaprabhu did. Prabhu kahe ke kata kariyacha samarjana Trina dhuli dekile jani parishrama. Mahaprabhu said, my dear devotees, after you all have completed your cleansing the dust, I am going to check how much dust you all have collected. Everybody should keep your heap of dust separately so that I can examine it, Mahaprabhu said. The most amazing thing is, after everybody collected the dust, they were all in small mounds. But Mahaprabhu's mound was bigger than all of them put together. That much he had done. You see, even though all the devotees collected dirt in one pile, the dirt collected by Mahaprabhu was much greater. That means he did a thorough job, Mahaprabhu did. Yeah. After inside of the temple was cleansed, Mahaprabhu allotted areas for the devotees to cleanse. Further areas he allotted. After. So the allotting means what? Like, everybody should play their role. Like you are all coming up with a new temple, somebody has to do the PR, correct, no? Public relations. Somebody has to do the fundraising. Somebody has to preach and bring people to the temple. Somebody has to take care of construction. Somebody has to take care of social media, correct, no? So everybody has their role to play. Just like in a car, there are 2000 parts in a car. And all the parts have to be assembled at the right places. Then the car can move very smoothly. Correct, no? Similarly, the new temple project comes up how? When everybody plays their role peacefully. Imagine if one wheel of the car says, I won't come, it goes away. Then 3 wheels, how will you run the car? Isn't it? So we should not be trouble creators. We should be problem solvers. Correct, no? When we are in a community. So we should play our role in the team. A team means, just like Prabhupada said the story of in a bundle of sticks, Bundle of sticks cannot be broken. But if you take out the sticks one by one, easily it can be broken. Sukshma dhuli trina kankara sabakara dura balamate shodhana karaha prabhura antapura. Yeah. So Mahaprabhu not only told them to cleanse the gross dirt, but also fine dust also. Sometimes in the corners you find fine dust, correct, no? That also collect and thoroughly remove that, he said. So Mahaprabhu was very pleased when they did it for the second time. And then, now 100 men, they brought the water pots now. Now the next step is to throw water, isn't it? आरशत जन शत घटे जल भरी प्रथमे इलयाचे काल अपेक्षा करी. You see, when they brought the water, they did not throw the water. They were all holding the water pot, waiting for the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just like in Yatra, Gauranga Prabhu used to say, when all the prasadam items are brought, correct? Now, one by one they bring the buckets for serving. Sometimes a serving person is too enthusiastic. He says, Prabhuji, can you start now? He says. Gauranga says, wait a minute, let all the items come. Make sure that everybody has come and servers are also ready and people should stand in a queue. So we should wait for the order of the kitchen department to ask us to serve. Whoever is made in charge, we should follow. That's important. Like in India, we have traffic policeman. Now he shows hand like this. He may be drawing just 10,000 rupees or something. But even a millionaire's car will stop, correct, no? Millionaire doesn't say, hey, who are you to stop me? He can't say that. Because he represents the government. Correct, no? When he's showing the hand. Similarly, when we are serving, when we come to the temple to serve, some junior devotee may be put in a position where he may tell a senior devotee not to start serving. It can happen or not? Can senior devotee say, I am a senior devotee, I am there for 20 years, you are telling me and I can't do it? We should not bring our seniority, we should follow. Everybody should follow. Whoever is made in charge for a particular department, you should follow that. Like one time, they had this screening device at the entrance in Chopal temple on a festival day. So, there also, this Krishna Chandra was coming at the entrance and the watchman didn't know who he is. They told him to come through that and then they were checking. One brahmachari became very upset. He told the watchman, hey, do you know who this is? He is practically running the temple. He is giving so much donations and everything. But Krishna Chandra said, I am very happy that they are testing me also. So thorough should be our system of allowing newcomers, allowing people. So he was not the least upset. He said, whatever is rule for all should be rule for me also. I don't need any kind of exception, he said. So the idea is, whoever is made in charge, junior devotee, senior devotee, whoever it is, we should respect their role that they are playing. Here also Mahaprabhu, they are all waiting. Not that they are suddenly starting the service. They are waiting. Jalana baliyave Mahaprabhu kahila Tabe shatak gata ani Prabhu aage dila. So Mahaprabhu is ordering, Jalana, bring the water now. Mahaprabhu said, immediately everybody went with their water pots and gave it to Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu told them, now you can throw the water now. Like that. So Mahaprabhu first washed the main temple. Then the ceiling, the walls and the floor. See, that's what order I was telling you. And then the sitting place, Simhasan, where Jagannath is going to sit. All those places he cleansed. Yeah. And they all followed. What Mahaprabhu did, they followed the same thing. They did that. Shri haste karena simhasane marjana Prabhu aage jalani deya bhakta gana. See, the leaders have to delegate services to others, but they should not delegate very vital services. Imagine a leader thinks the service is very difficult. Can he delegate it? If it is difficult for you, for them, how it will be easy? It's like keeping a big coconut on the head of a sparrow. Sparrow will become chutney, isn't it? So, big service should not be delegated. Big service should be done by the seniors, correct, no? One time Prabhupada was having Vyas Puja. Some young devotee was about to start the Guru Puja for Prabhupada. Prabhupada, where is Tamal? He asked. Prabhupada is cooking for you, he said. Or call him here, he said. See, today's Vyas Puja, you are the senior-most man here. You should actually offer the worship, he said. And then he offered worship to Prabhupada. Someone else went to cook. So in the same manner, Mahaprabhu thought that the place where Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra are going to sit, the Simhasan, that he himself took up cleaning. See the picture. Who is cleaning that? Mahaprabhu himself. Other services he delegated. In one yatra, where devotees are gone, the leader, he wanted to give lecture and talk in the thing. So he gave the bag which was having some 2 lakh rupees. He gave it to one young devotee. Keep this money. Actually they took cash because many places you need to pay cash in those days. He took cash 2 lakh rupees in a simple bag. So after he finished his lecture, he asked the devotee, please give me my bag I gave you. He said, I left in the bus. He left the 2 lakh rupees in the bus and came. And driver, conductors are there. They will take it and run away. Isn't it? Fortunately, the money was there. So later on, this leader realized, my Lord, I did a big mistake. He told the devotee, run now immediately. Go and check whether the bag is there. And the bag was there, fortunately. And later on, the leader didn't give it to anybody. He kept it with him all the while. So what do we learn from this? Certain things are very vital services and we cannot compromise by delegating to others. We ourselves have to do it. We have to do it. Bhakta gana kare griha madhya prakshalana. Nija nija haste kare mandira marjana. Now Mahaprabhu threw water on the Simhasan and they all threw water on different places, different parts. Keha jala anideya Mahaprabhu kare. Keha jala deya tara charana upare. See, here you see one fellow is putting water on Mahaprabhu's feet. You are seeing that behind? So, in this way, somebody was saying, hey, you are putting water on Mahaprabhu's feet. If you get some water, give me also. Somebody was telling. So, the service should be done with fun and joy. One shouldn't do the service morosely. Saying. So, this goes on. I wanted to cover some important things. 1 minute. And this I told you. He used his own clothes to clean. Not only he took the dust and dropped outside and came, he used the same upper garment to cleanse also. Mahaprabhu put it on the ground and he was polishing the throne with his own cloth, upper cloth. Like that he was doing. Shatagate jale haila mandira marjana. Mandira shodhya kaila yena nijamana. See, when you clean the temple, the temple looked completely clean. That also cleanses the mind of the devotees. The minds of the devotees were also as clean as the rooms, he says. How is the connection that you externally clean something? Actually, when you are cleaning the temple with a devotional attitude, that cleanses the heart. Like Madan Mohan Malaviya once came to Bhaktivinoda Thakur with some questions. Meanwhile, some pujari wanted some seva, and Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur sent this vice chancellor of BHU Varanasi, He sent him with him, and that pujari gave him service to wash the pots, deity pots. After washing deity pots, all his questions became answered. They got cleared. Which means the doubts are like rice particles or dal particles sticking on the ground. But if you throw water and you clean it, just as the clean room looks very nice, minds of the devotees also became cleansed. You see, when the temple was cleansed, it was purified, cool and pleasing, just as Lord's own pure mind had appeared. As we say, Shata Shata Jana Jala Bhare Sarovare. Gate sthana nahi keha kupe jala bhare. See, since hundreds of men were engaged in bringing water from the Narendra Sarovar, there was no place to stand on the banks. It was so crowded because hundreds of pots they were putting in the water and taking. Consequently, someone began to draw water from a nearby well, which means sometimes while rendering service, some adjustments have to be done. Things may not go exactly as we planned. So we have to cooperate without creating commotion. Sometimes people push one another and they try to push others and then take one's water pot. Then that creates some kind of problem. Like in Tulasi Arati, when you are going around, we generally prefer coming in a queue one by one and putting. Some people put the hand in between like this. You wonder where from the sky one hand is coming. Correct? One should cooperate. If a system is made, cooperate with the system. Don't try to intrude or interfere. Correct now? Isn't it? And also, this adjustment could be done because there was a well nearby. They didn't think that we should only take water from the Sarovar. We can also take from here. So they cooperated with one another. Purna Kumbhalaya aise Shata Bhakta Gana Shunya Gatalaya Yaya Arashata Jana. This is also another type of cooperation. See, there was a human chain from Narendra Sarovar to Gundicha temple, and there was another human chain from Gundicha temple to Narendra Sarovar for giving the empty parts. So one human chain was giving the filled up parts, another one was giving away empty parts. So here also they cooperated. Imagine you are put in the empty part line. You may think, what is the use giving out empty parts? This is not service, it's just giving empty part. I would like to stand on the side of filled up water parts. If everybody want to do that, then who will send the empty parts back? So whatever service is given to us, we should be willing to do. That's the whole point. That's cooperation. Like you see, in the Samudra Manthan Leela, Lord put Devatas on one side and Asuras on the other side. Correct, no? Devatas were given the mouth of Vasuki, snake, and Asuras was given the tail side. And then when Samudra Manthan started, suddenly one Asura created a commotion. He said, Ahir Pucham Amangalam, he said. Hey, the tail side of the snake is Amangalam, inauspicious. We have been cheated. They have given us background service. They got limelight service. They will come on the stage and we have to do background service. Like that he was talking. So, they said, so we boycott now. We are not coming for this project, they were saying. Then Lord Vishnu asked the Devatas, hey, are you guys ready to go to the other side? Devata said, my dear Lord, we will do whatever you say. If you say catch tail, we will catch tail. Catch head, we will catch head side. If you say stay, we will stay. If you say go away, we will go away. You are whose servant? We are your servant. Vishnu was very happy. He said, okay, chalo, go to the other side. They all went. Then Asuras came to this side. When they started that, started. Suddenly Vasuki got vomit. He started emanating smoke. That time Asura jumped up and it was hot smoke also. So one Asura shouted at the other, Hare fool, why did you ask for the mouth side? That Asura said, why are you calling me a fool? You are a greater fool because you obeyed me. Isn't it? Don't blame me, you guys agreed to come this side. You should have corrected me before. There was again fight, they said, again we reject the project and go away, they were saying. Lord Vishnu said, wait a minute, don't quit, no matter what difficulty. Then he put Vasuki to sleep. Then there was no more. The point is what? See, many of us like limelight service, but the limelight service, those who do, that's a hot seat. Many people will put gun on you. It's not very easy to be a leader in this world. Because many people become envious also, if you are leading. Many people put, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, aisa ho gaya, this fellow is the cause of all the problem. Everybody will put like that when you lead, when you take a limelight service. But a devotee who can take any service, background service or forefront service, that devotee is the most peaceful devotee. He is ready for anything. He doesn't want to be noticed, but he wants to get opportunity for service. Just like that small squirrel. He thought that Lord Rama wants to go to Lanka and all are doing big service and I am such a tiny creature. What can I do? I will also put some stones. Did he think that is somebody taking my photograph, the squirrel? Is somebody noticing me or not? Do you think he thought about it? He never thought about it. He never even knew that Lord Rama is going to take notice. He wanted to. That's why it is said, aspire to do good, you will end up becoming great, it is said. But most people nowadays aspire to become great. And they don't do any good. Isn't it? So, in this way, they didn't mind any service available, they would be ready to do. Nityananda Advaita Swarupa Bharati Puri Yeha Venu Arasabha Ane Jala Bhari. See, Nityananda was 12 years older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Advaita Acharya is still older. So all these personalities are old personalities. Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Sarvadamodar, Brahmananda Bhati, Paramananda Puri. These people were given exception in this service. They were also present there watching with great delight the service being rendered, but they cannot run around with their old bodies. So they were not expected to participate, but everybody else was participating. Why this is said, sometimes people blame so and so senior is not doing this physical service which I am rendering, I am very great. Okay, we may be doing a physical service which they may not be able to do, but one shouldn't quote that they are not doing. One example, let us give an example. When Prabhupada went to the Matha of His Holiness Bhakti Rakshakshidhar Maharaj, So, night Prabhupada met him, and then he stayed there overnight, and the next day morning, both Swamis, our Prabhupada and Bhakti Rakshakshidhar Maharaj, they are god brothers. Bhakti Rakshakshidhar Maharaj, he was very dear to Bhakti Thakur also. He had a knee arthritis, so he cannot walk very easily. But he and our Prabhupada, they both sat in a rickshaw. When the Harinam Sankirtan went in the marketplace, at 7 o'clock or so, they all went. So these two personalities were sitting in rickshaw and beholding the beauty of Harinam Sankirtan. See, this goes to show, although physically they were not so valid, not so strong enough to go, their heart was going with Harinam Sankirtan. They went and watched. Similarly, these great personalities were present, which means one shouldn't finger point them and say that they are not doing, so I also won't do. One shouldn't say that. All other brahmacharis went on Harinam and they danced and sang. Similarly, everybody else was asked to take part in the service. Ghate ghate theki kata, ghata bhangi gela. Shata shata ghata loka taha laya aila. See, when some fellows are very fast in entering service, like you fill up the water, like that you would, very quickly you will do. And the other fellow may be a little slow. By the time that fellow gives this away slowly, this part would hit that part and both parts would break. Sometimes it happens. Amongst devotees, you see some devotees are a bit slow devotees. What did you say? Like that they ask. Other devotee, he is not even in front of you because you already understood and gone away. You have seen that? Some are very quick to understand, some are a little slow. So, in case, because of that, some mistake happens. Kate kate theki kata, ghata bhangi gala. See, when the pots break, the hearts should not break. One should be careful. Like once, a husband asked his wife for a glass of water. She brought a glass of water. She was giving. The problem is both are on mobile. Wife is on her mobile and husband is on his mobile. They're talking, like that they're talking. And she gave it and that fellow didn't catch it. So it fell to the ground and both of them cut the phone and started quarreling. He told her that, why did you drop it and break the glass? She said, I was giving you, you didn't catch it, it is your problem. And it's a 2 rupees glass and they're fighting for 2 hours. Isn't it? And they are making each other's heart very hard. It's not a costly thing. Isn't it? So, because if hearts break, it's very difficult to repair. Correct, no? One should be very careful. While rendering service, there will be some losses. Agree? Will it happen or not? Correct, no? Once Gaurang Prabhu asked Maharaj in a Bhagavatam class, Sunday morning, because Saturday evening there was one big festival in the temple there, Bombay. So he was making dal for that festival. Suddenly somebody came with mobile and said, oh, you got a call. So he took the mobile like this and went and stopped near the door and was attending the call. Meanwhile, another devotee put chauk in the dal. See, you all know chauk putting, it requires some intelligence, correct, no? If the mustard seed is overly burnt, it becomes blackish. Then all the dal will be burnt. But if mustard seed is not sufficiently, it's not exploded, correct, no? Then it will be, it will be round, when you are putting in the mouth, oil will come in your mouth. Either way it is bad, correct, no? So this fellow, somehow he committed a mistake and the dal didn't come out well. And all the people who are in the queue taking prasad and they were eating, they caught Gaurang Prabhu. क्या गौरव को अब तो बढ़िया बनाते थे दाल, ऐसा बना दिया आज, कैसा गलती हो गया आपसे? How you committed a mistake? You always, your prasadam is extraordinary. Whole world appreciates it. How did you make a mistake? Gaurampur really got very upset. He caught the devotee. What did you do? And that devotee got frightened. He was some young devotee. Next day morning, Gaurampur asked a question in the Bhagavatam class to Maharaj. Maharaj, sometimes, somebody commits a mistake and when we scold them, they become too frightened with us. Then what should we do? Is it aparad? He asked. Maharaj said, no, it's not an aparad. Just say sorry to them, over. He said, don't get so frightened. I just want to see that. You tell him that next time don't do it. Correct, no? See, I am there, I will come and put the chowk. It's the last very, very vital thing. It's a climax thing, So, next time don't do it, you correct him. In case he got little extra frightened, you give a pat on the back, maybe give one son babdi and pacify him. So, don't make a mole into a mountain. Correct, no? That's what he's saying. Although the pots collided and broke, they didn't make a big issue about it, you see. It's all right. Jala bhare ghar dhoya kare hari dhvani. Krishna hari dhvani vina ar nahi shuni. You see, some people were filling the pots and others were washing the rooms. But everyone was engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna and Hari. See, this is a very important thing because in our devotional path there are no hard and fast rules. Correct? Huh? We say that. Tatrarpita niyamita swananena kala. In the other path there are a lot of rigid rules, regulations and all. But in our Krishna conscious path you will see we wake up in the morning chanting the holy name. We go to bed at night chanting the holy name. If some special guest comes, we chant the holy name and welcome them. Correct? Huh? If some special guest goes off, we chant the holy name and send them off. Somebody has died, we sing the holy name. Somebody getting married, we sing the holy name. We are taking prasad, chant the holy name. That means every activity we do, we have to connect it with the holy name. That means you are a devotee. That's the meaning of a devotee. Devotee should not forget this. Actually, in the early days, I remember, we will put everybody in a row, we will sit, they will serve the prasad, and then with folded palms, Mahaprasade Govinda would recite full prayer and then clap hands, Hare Krishna, and then we would take. Gradually become senior. Senior means nobody chants Mahaprasade Govinda. And you take the Mahaprasade Govinda. While eating only Mahaprasade. Mahaprasade ki jai. Isn't it? So similarly, even sometimes they don't offer also sometimes. Vishnu, and then eat. So we want to do things fast, but if we cut down the holy name while doing our activities, gradually, that means the devotional component will become compromised. Correct? No? We should always chant the holy name. Here you see, when they were all doing the service, Krishna Hari Dhvani was coming. Always. No Prajalpa. Because when you chant the holy name, simultaneously you cannot do Prajalpa. Otherwise there will be Prajalpa. Useless talk will be there. Like you have to stand in a queue somewhere. We should always have something with us, like a small Bhagavatam volume with us, or some shloka card with us. Immediately, or some hearing device with us. Quickly, I heard that Vishnu Swami and others, there was one Radharani Prabhupada disciple, was telling, as soon as they would board the van to go for book distribution, immediately one devotee would open the Krishna book and read it. Others would hear it. They didn't waste a moment, he says. So keeping in touch with Krishna. Yeah. Krishna Krishna kahi kare gatera prarthana. Krishna Krishna kahi kare gatera prarthana. Krishna Krishna kahi kare gata samarpana. Krishna Krishna kahi kare gata samarpana. See, if somebody wants part of what I would say, Krishna Krishna, you would say, and that fellow will say Krishna Krishna and give him the part. In our society, ISKCON society, Prabhupada right from day one he taught us to say Hare Krishna. Correct, no? Anything you want to connect with anybody, you say Hare Krishna, you say, correct? New people you meet, what do you say? Hare Krishna, welcome. So, in this way, calling the names of the Lord in all the activities, while entering service, they were all doing that. Yeah. Same point is mentioned here. Whenever anyone had to speak, he did so by uttering the holy name of Krishna. Consequently, the holy name of Krishna became an indication for everyone who wanted something. You see, one time Parvati Devi was asking Lord Shiva, what makes Vrindavan so special? Is it Yamuna? Or is it the Kadamba forest? Is it the cows of Vrindavan? Or is it the Govardhan hill? Or is it Krishna's flute? Or is it the cuckoos who are cooing very sweetly in Vrindavan? Or is it Nanda Yashoda? Is it Srimati Radharani? What makes Vrindavan so special? So Lord Shiva said, very simple. The holy names which are decorating the lips of the Vrajabasis always, that makes Vrindavan special. Like that he said. Even a rickshawala will never say, hut, he will never say. What he says? Radhe Radhe will say. That makes Vrindavan special, he said. Because of that, the Vrindavan Vasis, Punya, the Sukriti, Bhakti Sukriti is going on increasing more and more. They always, Krishna Nama Haila, Sanketa Sabakame. Whenever you want to do any work, always Sanket you do with Krishna Nama. Prema Veshe Prabhu Kahe, Krishna Krishna Naam. Prema Veshe Prabhu Kahe, Krishna Krishna Naam. Ekale Prema Veshe Kare Shata Janera Kam. Ekale Prema Veshe Kare Shata Janera Kam. Now, why we should vibrate the holy name in ecstatic love that Mahaprabhu was doing? Because you can do the work of 100 people. And that we can, practical proof you can see in Prabhupada's life. One man, he opened 108 temples. You can see that. And he made 10,000 followers, out of which 5,000 got initiated by him. 5,000 are waiting for him. And one old man, Prabhupada said, I am one old man, I am able to do so much. That's because Yekala Prema Vaishakare, Shata Janera Kam. Your ability to render services increases exponentially to the degree you call out the holy name ecstatically. To the degree we lovingly perform devotion service, your power to do large scale activities will increase more and more. And now building a temple is a tedious thing. How are we going to raise the funds? Prabhupada said, don't worry. In Mayapur also Prabhupada said, see, Krishna is called Madhava. Madhava means husband of goddess of fortune. You glorify Krishna, and if he is pleased, then goddess of fortune will shower money. Prabhupada said very easily. It will come, nothing to worry. So, our ability to, some of us may say that, oh Prabhu, I am not getting adequate time, I am busy with this, I am busy with that, I am not able to do any service. But if you develop a strong desire to render service, at the same time, call out the holy name very fervently with devotion, then you will get opportunity to not only render service, but you will do abundant service even though you are very busy also. How it will happen, only Krishna knows. There are people like that, very, very busy people, they do a lot of service. You get the expertise. Shatahaste karena yena kshalana marjana. Shatahaste karena yena kshalana marjana. Pratijana pashayayi karana shikshana. Pratijana pashayayi karana shikshana. And when everybody was, actually Mahaprabhu was cleansing through the hundreds of hands of the devotees, because they are all his part and parcels. And as they were doing, he went to each and every one of them and watched how they are doing. And then he says, Bala karma dekhi tare kare prashamsana. Bala karma dekhi tare kare prashamsana. If somebody has done a very good service, Mahaprabhu appreciated him. Mane na milile kare pavitra varsana. Mane na milile kare pavitra varsana. When he saw someone doing nicely, the Lord praised him. But if he saw someone was not working to his satisfaction, he immediately chastised that person, not bearing him any grudge. See, Mahaprabhu's chastisement is like admonishment. It's like pavitra bharsana, he says. What is pavitra bharsana? Lovingly correcting. What is the meaning of lovingly correcting? Like a toddler child is escorted by a mother with 2 fingers. Sometimes the child slips, he walks like this and it falls off, correct? No? Mother again lifts the child, hey, come. And child says, no, mama, lift me. She won't lift, she will make him walk because she wants the child to gain strength in the legs, isn't it? So, such a mother would not want to see the child fail. Her interest is to see that the child walks properly, isn't it? Similarly, the Lord also would do pavitra bharsana. So lovingly he would correct them. The servants of Lord Chaitanya felt ashamed and they would immediately accept the correction very happily. And they were very, they never felt any pain in receiving such correction. They felt that Lord is paying attention to me, and it's like chiseling out an unwanted portion of a marble block and bringing out a beautiful murti out of it. And that chiseling appears to be like a harsh activity, but the beautiful murti is coming out. So devotees are convinced that Mahaprabhu is bringing best out of me by giving me the correction. That's the right way of correcting. Our correction should not destroy people or drive out people. Our correction should actually keep people continuing the seva. Yeah, that's why we have to train. Tume bhala kariya cha shikah anyere Hey mata bhala karma se ho ye na kare. Wonderful, you have done a very good service. Now you don't keep it with yourself, teach it to others also, you will say. When I read this verse, after that I have made a policy for myself in my life. I take the best practices of different temples and keep sending it to other people. Like in Hyderabad, I am actually co-president in Hyderabad. Hyderabad, they did almost 48 or 50 Rathayatras they did. Some we did in schools also we did this time. So I took all those news and sent it to Pune and created some tension in Pune. People, my Lord, what is this? How did these guys do it? Immediately Pune leaders team, 6-member team came to Hyderabad to watch how they are doing. Because I sent it in the second or third day. 1 full week they were doing Rathayatra. No? So a team from Pune came to see. Similarly, I was telling Hyderabad girls, boys, Matajis, there are about 6 of them. Teachers, I told them, you have not seen Pune, what they do in Pune, very wonderful. So they came to Pune to watch also. They came, and then we put one course called GPTC, we call it, Girls Preacher Training Course. Almost 180 Matajis across the country attended. 100 of them got certificates also. So there, Hyderabad, Pune, they jointly, many of them gave lectures and presentations. Why I do this? Because when you send one temple's good activity to another, others also can learn. They don't have to reinvent the wheel. They all learn. In this way of preaching can be expanded very powerfully. Correct, no? So in this way, Mahaprabhu also said, if you have some best thing with you, don't keep it with you. Share it with others. Imagine you go to Mayapur and you buy a big cake and bring it. Round cake, Mayapur, you've seen that? What you can do, you can keep it in locker and daily eat little yourself. Or you can call everybody and distribute it. Which is better? Distributing. Devotee means we should share. Correct, no? So, Ekata shuniya sabe sankuchita haya Bhala mate karma Kare sabe manadiya. Actually, Mahaprabhu said this. Everyone became ashamed. They became very careful. They did their work with great attention. That means, sometimes devotees say in America, we may travel, say, oh, we have to be very sensitive. You cannot give correction. People immediately will go away. Always pamper them, they say. So I asked my spiritual master once, Maharaj, should we pamper people or chastise people? Because for me, chastisement comes very easily. Which one we should do? Maharaj said, either one is all right, he said. Either one is all right. I can do either one, he said. You can do either one, but you should, by your pampering or chastisement, you should uplift the people. If you can do that, like for example, Vidura chastised Dhritarashtra, and then he took him to forest and produced detachment in him. Chintamani chastised Bilvamangal, and she brought the best out of Bilvamangal, isn't it? So, you can either show affection or chastisement, whatever will bring out the best out of the person. You should uplift the person. So, Mahaprabhu's correction only uplifted them. So, in this way, now I am going to stop here. Most of the important things are over. The purport to this 135 verses is very important. I am going to give this PPT to Naveen Krishna Prabhu. You can share it with all devotees. They can leisurely go through these purport points. This is a very big purport. This purport is 135. This is a verse. The purport of this is very, very important. It tells the inner meaning of Gundicha Mandir marjan. It's about 5-6 slides. So you can go through this. Okay? Shri Prabhupada ki, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki.
Radheshyam Prabhu ki.
So, you are all coming up with a new temple. How is that connected to this? You see, the new temple project also requires a coordinated effort. You agree? multiple devotees coming together. So this pastime teaches every individual member of the community should be humble and respectful to all and not expect any prestige or expect any respect from others. Be patient, be tolerant, be cooperative, be enthusiastic, and extend oneself, be willing to do sacrifices, and also cultivate loving relationships with other devotees, and see the sunny side of the devotees. Don't see the weaknesses of the devotees. There will always be some shortcomings in everybody. Krishna says in the 18th chapter of the Gita, when you lit up fire, there is also smoke. But if you keep blowing on the fire, smoke will be gone. So see the sunny side and appreciate the good side of devotees. So all these things we learn in this pastime of Gundicha Marjan. So this can be helpful in our attitudes while living in a devotee community. So I am coming here to Columbus with one specific interest. I told this last time a couple of years ago when I came also. The Ohio State University has 65,000 students, isn't it? So we want to see this university preaching for these students. At one time, I heard that more than 100 or 120 students were coming. I heard Prabhuji those days, many years ago, right? Before COVID, before COVID. There was an exclusive program for the youths, and there was prasadam cooked for them, and many happily came. After the COVID came, everything went on online mode, and the whole thing collapsed. But then the college club is still happening. Ranchot Prabhu has been running, and Alankar Prabhu has been going also there and conducting. They have 2 programs in a week. One is for the cooking class, another one is there is a conscious OSU. So they are doing some 10-15 students are coming there. But what I am trying to do in other places, for one of the goals that GBC wants in America is, they want every temple to flood with youths, especially American youths. But American youths, to flood the temple, there should be some people to receive them, sit with them, talk to them, give them prasad. We need some people for that. So the best people who can do are people like Narahari Prabhu type of people. Correct? Now those who are born in America to Indians, and those who are born in America, and even Ranchot Prabhu, you were born here or you came from? You were born here, right? Yeah. So Ranchot Prabhu, Narahari Prabhu, these type of, and also girls also who are born here. Their accent is quite American, and the Americans feel very comfortable dealing with them, and they can make Americans into wonderful devotees. And amongst these children of congregation, in my travel in the East Coast and West Coast, I have seen good amount of them are very fond of Kirtan. But Kirtan they sit through even for 3 hours, 4 hours also. They sit. But very few of them come for the lecture or chanting regularly, daily japa. But I tell the parents, many parents tell me that, Prabhuji, please make them increase the rounds, and all the parents are very eager, more than the children. So in our retreats in Baltimore and retreats in Boston and Brooklyn, many of the children have started coming now for our programs. Now a good number of them have come to 16 rounds now. In Baltimore itself, we have 5-6 devotee children who are 16 rounders now. And I was doing once in a month program for ISV, Sukeshwari Mataji had requested. So after the 1 year, she wrote a mail to me saying that, Prabhu, in our community now, 8 of them are going to get initiated now. So many of the students increased rounds, they were very happy. So that is one of our goals, that the children born in America to Indian parents, if they become nice devotees, like Ranchot Prabhu became devotee, initiated devotee, Narahari Prabhu became, because these people can preach to the American people. And at the moment, I am also working on Indian youths who are undergrad studying in America and who are also doing PhD in America, because undergrad and PhD will be with us for at least 5 years, 4 or 5 years. They are masters people, they run away. The 2 years, how it goes like, So, but who will preach to this undergrad and PhD? Only all of you. If any of you is very eager to say that, Prabhu, if you say that you and your wife are ready to take up a program, this is not going to be anywhere connected to the club in the college. It will be apart from the club. This will be, we have 10 different ways you can get new candidates. I have many write-ups I have with me. I will suggest Naveen Krishna Prabhu that we make a WhatsApp group of those who are willing to take part in youth outreach. any Prabhuji, Mataji. Mataji will take care of girls and Prabhuji will take care of boys. And mostly it will be, so I have given a very simple name to this ABC. A is Americans, B is born to Indians in America, and C is coming from India for study or job. So currently this is a low-hanging fruit for us, which is C. Correct now? I am targeting C now. In Boston, Brooklyn and Dallas and Baltimore also, we have almost 30 to 40 Krishna nodes now. We already got. We have been doing last 4 or 5 years we have been doing. Now we have a good number now. And not that all of them are staying close to temple. Some of them are a little far away. We are trying to bring them close to temple. One of our goals is to see that as the temple comes up, many youngsters will be there to, receive the people and, make them nice devotees. Correct now? So this is what we are, if any of you is interested, you can give your names to Naveen Krishna Prabhu. All right, Prabhu? Sure. Give it to you. And then you can make a WhatsApp group. And as far as the materials are concerned, what to do for the weekly classes and how to keep their interest level, how to get them, all those things, there are a lot of materials with me. Like the PPT I showed you, this is for the devotees PPTs. Like that I have many PPTs for the new people also. Dozens of PPTs I can share with you. In the WhatsApp group I share generally. As soon as the group is made, I will share. And what will be my role? I am only a facilitator. Like you see, Lord Krishna keeps giving advice to Arjuna, and who fights the battle? So you all will play Arjuna's role, I will play Krishna's role. I will keep giving inputs time to time. I will say, Sabash, very good, I will be clapping hands and you all will do. And the fruit will go to whom? It will go to your community. Somebody asked, Prabhuji, what is your interest? Are you going to put boys in their pocket and take them to Pune? They were asking. I said, from Pune we have sent so many people to 15 temples we have sent in India. We don't keep people with us. In fact, I would like to send some people from Pune to here also in future. So why am I saying every American temple should have adequate manpower. There should be children, there should be boys, there should be girls, there should be young couples, there should be senior citizens. Everybody, we have a BVS, we call it Bhaktivedanta Vanaprastha Sangha. We have 90 Vanaprasthas we have in the age group of 60 to 80. And 45 to 60, we have another 60 we have. These are junior, like Balaram and Krishna group we call it. 2 levels of Vanaprasthas we have. So we have separate training program for them. Similarly, their wives are also having separate Mataji training programs also. In America, what we do, one-time program we do for boys and girls together. And we also do Discover Yourself together. But once the weekly program starts, the girls want a mentoring, which men cannot do for them. Therefore, we have to put them under Matajis. And when you do retreats, both boys and girls are allowed for retreats. But the girls will be taken care personally by Matajis. Therefore, we want Mataji mentors for girls and Prabhuji mentors for boys. If any of you is already doing Bhakti Vriksha, you are also interested in youth outreach, I will be very grateful. And if there are even, 4, 5 to begin with we get, then I have reason to come here again and again. I can come once, twice a year. This kind of visit I can make and have meetings with them. And this time I did one program in OSU. And we have to do the subsequent follow-up and run it. Alankar Prabhu is having fever today, he couldn't come. But otherwise, Ranchar Prabhu yesterday coordinated the event in the college yesterday. But then there was one very good boy called Om, There was one boy, Satvik. There was one boy called Satvik, I think. Satvik was one, and Bilva Shiva was another boy. Was talking to me after the program. There was one girl, probably she is Muslim, I think, I don't know. She was also there. These 3 met me personally and asked many good questions. In the class also, those who asked questions, they all are also prospective devotees. Anybody is asking question in the class, anybody is meeting the speaker, anybody is purchasing a book, anybody takes second help, third help, prasadam again and again, they are going to be devotees. Sure. This is how we identify devotees in any place. In India, we follow these people up, they become devotees. Other mass of people, they got some sukriti and they'll take it and go. But those who participate, they are going to become devotees. So, is there anybody who is enthusiastic about youth outreach, OSU? It's not very far away. It's opposite your temple, correct now? Anybody here? Let us have a raise of hand. And Ranchar Prabhu has to go to DC very soon. He's got a job in DC, Washington DC. He'll be going. We'll miss him also. And, oh, wonderful. Thank you, Mataji. Hari Bol. So, Alangar was here today?
Yeah, he's with Muni because they both
Yeah.
are companies, so that.
Correct. Last time when I came, I told you 2 years ago, I think there was a small baby. Now the baby is 3 years now? 2 years now? Okay.
They only coordinated yesterday's program. I was only in the back.
Is it right? Yeah, you are a student and they are giving regular classes. I heard that his parents, your parents have come here, I think. They are helping the children. Because I know both of you are super enthusiastic. Always for service. Yeah. Anybody else also? Additionally, apart from, we will not be touching this group, what they are handling. Whatever comes out of the club, they will continue to do it. Mataji, you tell Alankar Prabhu also, whatever is happening, there will be no change in that. That will continue as it is. The new preaching that I am talking about will be through book distribution to the other students staying outside and various other ways. Because this program is good, it should go on. But we want to have 10 to 15 students come for a weekly program for each mentor. Each mentor will have their own group. Like if you have 5 mentors, there will be 75 students will be under training. And out of that, very easily, every year we can get about 20 students becoming Christian wonders. Very easily, yeah. Of course, some of you may have to go home and discuss and come back and tell. You can tell Naveen Krishna Prabhu, okay? Thank you very much. Prabhupada ki